The highly anticipated bout between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson has been postponed due to Tyson's recent health scare. UFC legend Demetrious Johnson believes this fight should be permanently canceled. This is the boxing floor. Now let's get down to it. The social media star Jake Paul was due to face heavyweight boxing icon Tyson on July 20th, but the bout was pulled when the year-old suffered an ulcer flare-up during a flight from Miami to Los Angeles. The event will be streamed globally on Netflix. On May, it was announced that the fight was postponed on medical advice after Tyson suffered an ulcer flare-up aboard a plane. Doctors have ordered the former undisputed champion to take a lengthy break from training before returning later this year. UFC legend calls for Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson to be permanently canceled after medical issue causes postponement, but Johnson, who is one of the most decorated world champions in UFC history, believes that they shouldn't reschedule the bout. Instead, he reckons Paul should face another big name in a safer bout, despite the insistence of broadcaster Netflix, who are making their first foray into boxing. Johnson has been analyzing Paul's career on his successful Mighty YouTube channel for a while and has covered this fight in detail. But speaking yesterday on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, he called on Netflix to pull the plug on the Tyson comeback fight. The official Netflix X account, formerly Twitter, posted on Friday evening that the fight would be postponed to a later date after a recent Tyson medical issue. While Tyson claimed to be feeling 100% even though I don't need to be to beat Jake Paul, it turns out the medical issue was enough to force the fight to be postponed to a later date. Mike Tyson is 58 years old, Johnson explained. I don't know what his health history is. I think the biggest thing is you have someone who is years old trying to push his body to the absolute limit, moving, and I don't know if he's sparring or anything like that. I love Jake Paul, and I want to see Jake Paul fight. And there are so many Fing boxers out there that he can fight and pad his record with. I understand Mike Tyson is a big name, and that's why they want to do it, but I don't think they should revisit it. Demetrious Johnson wants to see Jake Paul versus KSI grudge fight ahead of Mike Tyson bout instead of seeing a rescheduled Paul versus Tyson. Johnson would rather watch the social media star do battle with arguably his greatest rival, KSI. The duo have been feuding since 2018, and Jake was forced to watch his brother Logan Paul lose a controversial split decision to the Brit in 2019. There's plenty of guys out there that Jake Paul can fight, Johnson added. KSI is one of them. He could even fight Tyron Woodley again. He could fight Mike Perry, Jorge Masvidal, Anthony Pettis. There's so many guys. There are guys that are younger than Mike Tyson but older than him that he can beat who have a big name. But I just think him fighting Mike Tyson? The guy is 58 and I don't want to see Mike get hurt, right? That's just my personal opinion. It's nothing against Jake or Mike. There's just reason for him fighting a 58-year-old. I'm sure Eddie Hearn could find someone for Jake Paul to fight. This is the stupidest thing that's happening right now. But Mike Tyson, the former undisputed heavyweight champion, has made a remarkable comeback to the ring. His training videos and recent exhibitions have shown that he still possesses the speed and power that made him a legend. And Jake Paul, the YouTuber turned professional boxer, has managed to surprise many with his victories in the ring. Despite being a polarizing figure, his dedication to the sport and ability to draw massive audiences can't be denied. Jake Paul says that fighting with Mike Tyson would be a dream come true. He's a legend, and stepping into the ring with him would be an honor. The idea of the fight has been loudly criticized by many as Paul, the social media superstar turned boxer, is 30 years younger than the 57-year-old Tyson. Tyson looked great for his age in a 2020 exhibition fight against Roy Jones Jr., but has not had a professional fight since a 2005 loss to Kevin McBride. While the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation allowed Paul against Tyson to move forward as an officially licensed professional bout, the fight is set to feature special rules, including 8 2-minute rounds rather than the standard 3-minute frames of professional boxing. Also, both boxers will wear 14-ounce gloves, which are larger than standard and thus will take power away from punches. I fully support postponing the event, so Mike Tyson has no excuses come fight night, Paul said. My fans know I don't want to face Iron Mike at anything but his best, but let there be no mistake, when he steps into the ring with me, I will be ready to claim my W with a sensational finish. Paul versus Tyson will be one for the ages, and I promise to bring my best for this once-in-a-lifetime matchup. The fight is planned to take place at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and will likely draw more attention and money than any boxing fight in recent memory. It also will be streamed live on Netflix, the first time a boxing match will be shown on the streaming service. But both Mike and Jake are in agreement that it is only fair to ensure that both athletes have equal training time to prepare for this important match and are able to compete at the highest level. The health and well-being of athletes is our top priority, and we fully support Mike in taking the necessary time to allow him to perform at the level he expects of himself. Therefore, the much-anticipated heavyweight fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson has been rescheduled for Friday, November 15, 2024, and will stream live on Netflix from the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Although we had to postpone the fight, I will resume training shortly. I am thankful to the medical staff that treated me and to MVP, Netflix, and AT&T Stadium for working diligently to find the best rescheduled date for all parties, said Mike Tyson, who recently experienced an ulcer flare-up and was forced to pause training on doctor's orders. While we have a new date, the result will be the same, no matter when we fight. Jake Paul is getting knocked out. A rematch between fighters Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano is also rescheduled for the same day, said Nakisa Bidarian, co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions. Our team has worked diligently with all parties involved to reschedule this monumental fight to a date that ensures both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are fully prepared with equal training time, as well as allowing us to keep the event at AT&T Stadium in the midst of the Cowboys season. We appreciate the outstanding dedication, collaboration, and flexibility of our partners at Netflix and at AT&T Stadium. Paul vs. Tyson is the most cross-generational sporting event in history, and we are committed to providing fans worldwide with this unforgettable night of boxing, live globally on Netflix. We look forward to seeing everyone on Friday, November 15th for a showdown that will be talked about for generations to come. Previously purchased tickets will be honored for Friday, November 15th, and current ticket holders will not need to take further action to retain tickets and seat location. After July 8th, 2024 tickets will no longer be available for a refund. On May, MVP announced the Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson live boxing event would be postponed from its original date of July to accommodate Tyson's pause in training. At the time, Iron Mike told Netflix, "I want to thank my fans around the world for their support and understanding during this time. Unfortunately, due to my ulcer flare-up, I have been advised by my doctor to lighten my training for a few weeks to rest and recover. My body is in better overall shape than it has been since the 1990s, and I will be back to my full training schedule soon." Jake Paul, this may have bought you some time, but in the end, you will still be knocked out and out of boxing for good. I appreciate everyone's patience and can't wait to deliver an unforgettable performance later this year. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates on this and other boxing news. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next.